been asked to do a video on tic suppression on what that means to me. Hey! How it feels to suppress tics, when I suppress tics, why I feel the need to suppress tics. And so I'm just going to kind of give a bit of my own experience on that. So if I go back to when I first started the tic and they were quite intense, hey! And quite persistent, I found it impossible to suppress tics. I couldn't do it at all. I was just so anxious at the time that I couldn't control any tics. My anxiety levels were high, my stress levels were high, and they were constantly high. And because my anxiety levels were so high, hey, bastards, I wasn't able to calm down my tics or suppress them. Tics can't be held in. It can take a lot of focus, especially at times when you're anxious or at times when you're excited. I found it's been necessary to suppress tics for some periods of time. One of the ways I find that suppressing tics can be easier is if I'm concentrating on something. So if I'm, say, one of the ways I'll do it if I'm having a very ticky day, is that I'll focus on my breathing. So if I kind of focus on my breath and like I count breathing in for like 5 seconds, I hold my breath then for 3 seconds and then breathe out for 7 seconds. Hey! I try to blank out all my surroundings, hey, and distractions, which might be stimulating, and that helps me to suppress. Hey! I find that the more that I've kind of practiced, fuck off, slots, holding in tics, it's become better, and I've become better at suppressing tics. A lot of my friends will say, don't hold them in, you don't need to hold them in. But there are times when I feel like my anxiety is that bad. I feel paranoid that someone's going to attack me. I feel worried that someone's going to get offended, and so I will tend to suppress in situations. For example, hey, when I'm working as a student mental health nurse, I'm out on placement, hey, and I'm working with quite vulnerable people, then I feel obviously I can't have too many tics. I could end up really upsetting someone that might not be able to understand. So what I do is I'll suppress tics for a length of time while I'm with a service user or while I'm around a service user. Hey! I also find that when I first join a new environment and I'm quite uncomfortable, I'll suppress tics. So say if I'm at the doctor's surgery in the waiting room, I'll try and suppress my tics. If I'm on a bus or if I'm on a train or whatever, if I'm in a confined space for a limited time, I'll suppress tics. What I've experienced is when I've held them in for long periods of times, afterwards I've always said that my tics get worse. But I've been looking into some of the research, and I think it's Douglas Woods is one of the main researchers about in the States. He's done some studies that suggest that it's more actually environmental then. So once the environment changes and someone becomes more comfortable and they become more relaxed, then that's what causes the increase in tics. Hey! So some people have described what the tics are, or what happens whenever they suppress as stacking, so that they're built up and they're repressed and they have to come out at some time. What Doug Woods is saying is that actually it's not the case that they've been repressed and they want to come out again. After that time of suppressing, that person is able to relax a bit more, feel more comfortable if they've actually changed the environment. So for me, when I finish work and I'm able to sit and relax and I can have a drink, hey, my tics tend to come back and they tend to become more frequent again. Hey. I normally find by that stage, because I'm relaxed and I'm chilled, I'm not too worried about it, so that's okay. That's basically all I want to say about tic suppressing. I can't really think of anything else at the moment. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.